This is Derek Hankerson with FirstCoast.tv. During Women's History Month, we've had the pleasure of interviewing a number of women in leadership and political positions. Today, we have the pleasure of interviewing Debra Rhodes Gibson, the Library Systems Director for St. Johns County. Debra, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us a little bit about Debra Rhodes Gibson.
Well, I'm truly a daughter of Detroit. I grew up in Motown and have worked myself further and further south. I've been a librarian for almost 25 years. I'm not sure where that time went, but here we are. So I've seen a lot of changes community-wise, as well as library-wise, as well as technology-wise, and watching all of those things blend together has really been a fascinating journey.
Where is the county library system today? I know we've gone through a number of different changes over the last 5, 10, 15 years, but where are we today?
I think we're actually in a very good spot. The economy, as you know, for the last several years has not been in a good spot. And we've ridden out those challenges along with everyone else, and certainly we're in a little bit better spot than many of the counties in Florida. Our staff with the library system is awesome, and they have made a dedicated effort at maintaining our quality of service for our community citizens and making that look as seamless as possible. And we've had some reductions in terms of our budget and in terms of our staffing and in terms of our public hours, and yet we've been able to hang in there and make things work. I think one of the advantages we've had in the library industry is that the recession has made the community more aware of the library as a team player in their community. People that previously got their own newspaper, had their own internet service, went and bought their materials at Barnes & Noble, went to the movies or used Netflix. Their disposable income was severely reduced, and they were looking for options, and we were one of those players. The other big thing for us was e-government, and the more things people had to do electronically and not have access at home forced them to come to the library and use our public computers. So that's been a whole transition, another direction that we've gone, other than just thinking of us as, oh, we have books. So.
For those who are not familiar with acronyms, what is e-government?
E-government is the last several years, the federal government especially, but also the state, again due to budget reductions and staff reductions, they have made more efforts to put services at the local level.
Nice.
And I think the best example is probably income tax.
Right.
You used to get your income tax stuff in the mail.
Right.
Years and years and years ago.
Right.
And then you got them in the post office.
Right.
Whole boxes of forms.
Right.
Then someone had the great idea, we'll put them in the public library.
Right.
And now we have a handful of forms, the basic forms here. But really, the bulk of your IRS forms are available online.
Okay.
And so the states have done the same thing with public assistance, with unemployment. The recent Health Care Act is another example of that. So we have many citizens who come and use our public computers, create an account, they job hunt online, they create their resume, they file for unemployment, they file for public assistance. All of that is done through our public terminals, and that as a whole is considered e-government service.
E-government service and e-file, is that part of the Paper Reduction Act?
It's all part of that process, yeah. And every year you'll see more and more mandates that this is a way to do that, whether it's at the federal level or the state level, because there's no staff to be able to handle those transactions. So we get a lot of referrals, even locally, from social service agencies. Go to the library, they can help you do that.
Wow. Do you foresee further services being cut due to the growth of the county and or limited funding?
I think that you'll see some limited funding in the sense that there's so many so many county departments, and yet there's only X number of dollars coming in terms of the county's budget.
Right.
We're one of 14 departments at the table, and you can only stretch those dollars so far. In terms of services, I don't think we see that slowing down because your population here is increasing. It surprises me even during the recession how many people were still moving to St. Johns County.
Right.
And the number of cards, we average about 1,500 cards every month per branch, handed out. So that's a fair number of people every month that have not had library cards coming to the county and experiencing the library for the first time. So I don't see that slowing down. I think the downside for us is that those people probably had library service wherever they came from,
Right.
and have that expectation
Right.
that they can get the
Absolutely.
same thing here. And so how do you
Absolutely.
balance that out?
Absolutely. It's my understanding that there are approximately 1,000 people a day that move to Florida, and I would surmise that they are coming from larger and northern
Yes.
states where they're far more educated.
Right.
No offense to us Southerners, but they're far more educated and used to all the services and access and public libraries
Right.
and things of that sort. Is the library system connected to the digital divide, and if so, how, so to attract the younger generation?
I would say yes, definitely, and they keep us on our toes. We have a couple of programs that we're doing right now, and I can preface that by saying we're a very big partner with the local school district. And as you're aware, the school district has had a couple of new schools where they've really emphasized their virtual curriculum.
Right.
We have a really active community in terms of their devices, and there have been several national studies that almost everyone you run into has a smartphone.
Yes.
And they do whatever they need to do on their phone.
Right.
So we have made sure that our website and our access points, our capabilities work with all of those devices, whether it's your iPad or your smartphone or your iPod. You can listen to all of our music,
Wow.
that sort of thing. We make sure that when you get those devices, whether you got it through school or someone gave it to you as a gift, that you can come here and we have one-on-one appointments with our staff.
Nice.
You can set it up with a librarian. We'll show you how to use the device. We'll show you how to download our materials. We listen to what the community wants, pay attention to what's happening in the school district, out in Barnes & Noble or Amazon or whatever, and pay attention to those trends and then try to incorporate that into our service. As long as our budget can accommodate, the pieces that go with that. And we try to make sure that whatever those services are, that it's something that we can sustain. Because I don't think going forward that part of our industry is going to change. I think that that's only going to enhance what's going to happen in the future. You're not going to get rid of technology.
Right.
That's going to be the bigger piece of it. And the upside for us is that it allows us more space in our building because
Right.
you don't have to have all those
Stacks.
bookcases.
Right.
You've got electronic stuff that's there for everyone all the time.
Right.
So,
Just on a little chip.
absolutely.
Well, Deborah, thank you so much for your time today. This is wonderful information, and I am sure that our St. Johns County viewers and those outside of St. Johns County will find this interview informative.
Thank you. We encourage everyone to check out our website. All
Which
the
is?
resources are there. www.sjcpls.org.
Thank you so much, and have
Thank
a great day.